Hello and welcome to part 2 of 3 of this VA Playbook series where we look at all things virtual assistants. My name is James Townsend Rose. I'm the CEO of Outsourcery. We have helped thousands of clients over the last 9 years win back time and get stuff done by providing them access to world-class virtual assistants in a flexible subscription format. In this video, we're going to be looking at how to pick the perfect VA to boost your productivity and profits. So let's dive right in. So let's start with the end in mind. How can a VA boost your productivity and profits, and how do we work back to get there? The first thing is that a VA allows you to focus on your core business. Often this is around taking tasks and time away from executives and SME owners and business leaders so that they can focus on the core business and growing that core business. VAs also are cost effective. Certainly more cost effective at bringing expertise into an organization than a consultant or freelance or a full-time hire. Efficiency can be improved by providing access to specific skills at the right time, and scalability is reached through flexible subscription formats with virtual assistants that allow an organization or individual to scale up the time required from a virtual assistant as needed. So how do you get that? How do you get the right VA? Over the last 9 years of operating in this environment, we've refined this down to 4 key attributes that all VAs need to have in order to be successful and deliver for clients. The first one is communication. This is both written and verbal. The better the communication skills with a VA, the lighter touch the management requirement, and the less likelihood there is for miscommunication, which is the biggest issue within a VA client relationship. The second one is time management. Virtual assistants often work for several clients, and indeed, even if they're working for one client, a virtual assistant who can prioritize tasks is exceptionally important in getting cost-effective access to skills and getting tasks done. The third one is technical skills, so making sure that a virtual assistant has the right technical skills to get done what you need to get done. That might be specific software or experience on specific platforms or certain skills like Excel, for example. And then the last one is problem solving. Just like any employee, you want someone to come to you with solutions rather than problems. And the more ownership your virtual assistant can take from you, the better that outcome will be. So the 4 key skills to look out for are communication, time management, technical skills, and problem solving. So how to find the perfect virtual assistant? Let's look at the 5 steps to getting there. The first one is to identify your needs. We see far too many clients coming through our door who haven't really understood what they're looking for. We obviously help them do that through a discovery period, but take the time to really understand exactly what you want to get done. Is it a task? Is it a project? How many hours are needed? What are the skill set requirements, et cetera, et cetera. Imagine you were writing out a job description for this individual. The second one is to set a budget. So how much money have you got to pay for this set of tasks or projects to get done or for this role? The third one is, once you've got those 2 in mind, is to go searching for a VA in the right places. And there's several options for that. You can look at online platforms. You can go to recommendations. Please do look at the first video in the series to understand some of the pros and cons around virtual assistants, which will help you determine where is the best place to look. Once you've found what you think is a good route into a pool of suitable virtual assistants, make sure you conduct interviews, potentially look at referrals or reviews of those virtual assistants or the company that's providing you with a virtual assistant. And the last one is to, in your mind, make sure that you put in place a trial period in the same way that you put a probation period in for a full-time employee. So give yourself the opportunity to really test your relationship and the skill set of that virtual assistant to make sure that there's a good fit in that, and be prepared to start again if that trial period doesn't work out. So those are the 5 steps, and if gone through sequentially and properly one by one, will lead to the best possible outcome. So lastly, before we close off, let's just do the 5-point checklist for picking the perfect VA. Firstly, do they have the skills that you need? Make sure you do that upfront when you're understanding what exactly it is that you need from your virtual assistant. Are they within your budget? Take the time to set your budget. You don't want to be putting yourself under financial strain because that will end up in resentment. Are they available when you need them? So, for example, are you looking for someone who's on call all the time? For example, a customer service person who needs to respond to customers either immediately within a short period, or is it more asymmetric where you're giving them tasks and they can do that later on, in which it's not so important that their availability is immediate? Think about their communication effectiveness, and an interview is a good way to understand this properly. And then look for references or portfolio examples, or examples of other work within their CV. And certainly interview a VA before you engage with them on a full-time basis. So I hope that gives you a few hints and tricks about how to set yourself up for success. In the third part of this video series, we're going to be looking at, once you've got a VA and you're happy with them, how to maximize your success in that relationship. Thank you for watching.